All right,
Yo, Li Mun Suk, where you at, bitch?
that's a good way to
I
start
thought
off.
that would summon him. Consent exists.
Even
Fuck.
though he says consent doesn't exist, even though pretty much he consented to being in a recording call with me twice.
Yeah, I know, but that's why I just said that, because I hoped it would bring him in to try and argue. I mean, he
That's
can't shut up on your damn video anytime anyone says anything like that, so.
that's like watching the movie Dogma with Jay and Silent Bob. And he's like, people like us don't fall out of the sky, and that naked guy falls out of the sky, and they start.
Beautiful big titty bitches don't just fall out of the sky, you know.
It doesn't work.
Hey, there you go. Li Mun Suk is the Golgothan of YouTube.
Oh, the shit demon.
Yep,
Oh man,
because all he talks is shit.
and he's full of shit. Okay,
Yep.
I'll just go with that. And this will be the official last time that we will be doing this on Li Mun Suk. And I know there's going to be some of you that are going to be asking why we keep doing this, and understandably so. And before I get to that, I'm going to put this on hold. So, Damian, if you want to take the floor real quick, I will let you get your words in. I got to take care of one quick thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good to me. So, dear beloved viewers, who I am probably driving off Justin's channel in droves right now, the backstory to this video is this mealy-mouthed little fish-looking gimp named Li Mun Suk, who has been defending pedophiles, defending pedophilia, and using a bunch of the worst logic anybody's ever seen, has been showing up on Justin's videos making a complete ass of himself. Justin debated him once 6 months ago and again last week, and I personally wanted to have a crack at this kid to basically try and put him in his place and to try and prove him wrong on Justin's channel. We extended an invite for yesterday, but due to unforeseen circumstances, that didn't happen. We've tried to bring Li Mun Suk in today, and so we are currently waiting on him because we invited him in at 1:30 my time, and it is currently 2 o'clock my time, so he is half an hour late, and while I do say better late than pregnant, I'm really not in the mood to be jerked around by someone I am basically given the verbal equivalent to an ass-kicking to anyway. So we're hoping that by starting this recording now, Li Mun Suk will show up and join us at any given time, so I can properly have this debate with the little jerk-off. But until then, you are basically going to be subject to me and Justin discussing this little idiot and his actions as it has occurred on these last two debate videos. Because if you go into the comment section of these videos, they are quite extensive comment sections. The reason they're quite extensive comment sections is because about a third of them is Li Mun Suk running his mouth, and another third of them is me telling him to shut the fuck up. And now that I am done waffling, here's Justin back. Hi, Justin.
Okay, sorry about that.
Just letting our beloved viewers know the backstory.
Okay. Well, we got the backstory thing. I missed that part, but unlike Li Mun Suk, I actually informed Damian of me having to go away for a few moments. Unlike that dude.
Yeah, we still don't know why he's not here, but
I just don't get that dude.
no, me either. But then I'm not really, understanding of people like him. So, and by that I mean pedophile apologists.
Yeah. So it's sort of a win-win because for one, we know for a fact that everyone else is gonna see how much bullshit it would be. So even if he did come in or not, it doesn't really matter because the point of the matter is if he does accept it, he shoots himself in the foot by repeating the same thing over and over again. And I know what people are gonna say is like, okay, we're just milking this, but the one thing I do at least have to say, this is something that I at least owe Damien, because I think this is something he's been patiently waiting for a long time, and I think it was good to go. But with the second debate that I actually had up, I think that one was my whole better one because he wanted to go off and say that I was being one-sided, which in fact it was just me and him. Well, actually it was more like 2-on-1, even though his other, I don't know if that was his mom, his girlfriend, his sister, I don't know. But those two were together, and I don't know if and I'm not saying for an absolute fact, I don't know if she was going to team up on me or whatnot. That's why I was just trying to watch what I was saying because I'm not that sort of person to attack someone if I don't absolutely know about the other person. I mean, I can say the same thing about Li Mun Suk, but all I really know enough about is that he pretty much admitted to being a pedo apologist. And so, that being said, I believe it was a more fair debate, even though the last one, Shades and Mason, they didn't say anything throughout the first one. They had their mics muted, and pretty much it was just me and him. So if it was unfair, he would have been dogpiled.
Yeah,
So
I think fucking, I don't know if, well, I know Mason probably would have put him in his place too, but I think if Shades had been involved, Shades would have basically given him the fucking verbal equivalent to a decapitation.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but then the thing with that other person in the background, I think at points you could see him talking to her, because I think what she was probably asking him is what the fuck was he yelling at? Because if you notice, when she came in and stood in the background was when he was getting really triggered and going right off at you.
Oh yeah, I saw the reaction out of him, and I told him, "Hey,
Yeah, because there are a couple of times there where you see him mouthing off to someone off camera.
yeah." And it's like, okay, well, I mean, the one thing is like, okay, if you're in a house and there's someone, if that was the person you needed to help out for like the 25 minutes, then you could have just called me back, or he could have just called me back. Was what I meant to say.
Yeah.
And then not just leave me hanging there for about 25 minutes, and so, you know, would have saved a little bit more of the hassle of trying to wait, because, like I said, we're waiting right now, and pretty much he did agree to it.
Yeah.
I did let him know on YouTube, so I'm pretty sure he might have gotten that notification that I had.
Well, he's replied to the Ranting Doom guy over the last couple. Actually, it was either the Ranting Doom guy or Lemmy is not dead. One of the other guys that's been giving him heaps. Either way, it's one of them, and he's responded to them within the last few hours, so surely he's seen your replies. So he can't really feign ignorance and say he didn't know, because he's been running his trap repeating himself as per usual, so...
So there's that, and then, like I said before, this is the very last time that I'm going to be doing this recording, because, well, it's not really for me, because it's really just going to be Damian versus Suk. I'm pretty much just going to moderate at this point, if it does happen, and that is a huge if, because we were expecting him, and he's not here. But, I guess while we're doing this, I mean, because I'm pretty sure there's loads of things to talk about, because this is also the first time we're actually having a Skype with each other, because I've talked to them on Messenger, and we've actually had some, in some ways, we mutually collabed with Atticus, and, in some ways, Atticus the Death Metaler, by the way, go check him out. But this is the first time we're actually doing this interaction, which is pretty cool, because Damian Skyfire, he's been like family to me and to everyone else, and I do appreciate that everything he's done, in his ways. He's actually, I first noticed him when he made a few notices back then. Not entirely sure who the responses were to, but I'm pretty sure it was with certain people I think we kind of knew but didn't want to know back in the day. I'm pretty sure I got the right idea, so don't want to give away details.
You got it.
So, as for
By
me...
the way, sorry to interrupt there, Justin, but, in saying this is probably the first time we've just done the Skype thing on your channel without Atticus or any of the others. This is the first time that we've done one of these videos where every participant's kept their fucking clothes on.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah, I mean, much as I love Addy, fucking probably seen him naked more than I've seen half of the chicks I'd like to see nude, so,
Oh, fuck.
Hey, at least Atticus has made a man out of me, whether I want him to or not.
Oh, gosh, I sensed a Team 4-star joke right there. Make a man out of you? Oh, no.
I need an adult!
I am an adult. And what do you think I am?
It's sure as Zabel in here.
Oh, man. Alright, so what I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to check notifications. And yes, you can see my channel, because I'm recording it right now. You're only seeing like a partial bit of it. You're seeing like a playlist on the right, but check my notifications. It's just being slow as hell. You know what? That's fine. Well, I won't worry about it just yet. So...
I mean, the invitation's here and he's been added to this conversation, so if he shows up, the floor is his and the opportunity has been presented.
Indeed, and pretty much I will not let that opportunity go to waste, as much as I do not like him right now. As much as I don't like him at all.
Well, I mean, it's his last fucking opportunity, because I can't really do this when I go back home, because I have roommates who, out of respect for it, don't really film videos there. At least my parents know I love cursing up a storm and don't mind so much.
Let's see. Yeah, by the way, Lemmy was the other person that was talking to him. It'll be Saturday, your Friday, so my Friday. Yeah, that was right.
Yeah, I just basically mentioned that this is the last day I'd be able to do it for a while. Other than, if I were to do it again, it'd be in about 3 weeks, but I don't think we want to wait that long.
No, because I'll probably be on to other stuff by then, because I still need to finish up my Try Not to Laugh video project, which I'm still trying to gather clips from things. It's not going to be like the Vine thing where it's about 1 minute. It might be a little bit over, or it might be a little bit under. But I'm gathering some clips, and I was trying to download the Dick Kickham one, which is actually that's one of my favorite ones, apart from that. And so I'm also putting that Get That Shit Out of Here King of the Hill thing in that mix.
Well, as long as it's the only instance anyone's saying "Get that shit out of here," you're putting there.
Oh God. Well, I forgot he's still on YouTube though. So.
Well, not really. He retired after he moved to Finland.
Oh.
I mean, he's still starting shit in people's comments. Excuse me. He's still starting shit in people's comment sections. He's just not making videos anymore, allegedly. We'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah, I mean, he's still a brother to me. It's just there's some things I do disagree with him on, but surprisingly, I'm glad it didn't really actually turn out bad. Otherwise, he would have actually he probably wouldn't be friends with me on Pokemon Go too, by the way. But I'm surprised. But let's see. Looking some stuff up now. Speaking of which, since I've seen that WWE pillar right there, I'm still looking at my championship belt, and that reminds me, I need to get myself some tag team champion belts.
You do. You really do.
So if I ended up winning a lot of money, I would actually get you and Nick Malazzo one and myself one, and then we'll have to find a way.
Man.
Yeah, and then me and Nick would actually get the orange, and I would try to find a way to get you, because they got the new ones, right? They got like the blue ones and they have the red ones with the Spartan helmets.
Yeah. I actually wouldn't mind my own version of the Stone Cold Smoking Skull Belt myself.
You could try that.
Either that or the old NWO spray painted WCW title.
Ooh.
That would be my shit.
I wanted to get the WCW heavyweight one that actually has the Earth Globe. It looks kind of like the Intercontinental one.
The gold belt. The one based off the old NWA title, yeah.
Hell yeah. Then get that because, I mean, I'm just not a fan of the WWE ones. Just the actual...
No, they're too cartoony, man.
Yeah. I mean,
have you seen the MLW titles? They're fucking nice. For a company that doesn't have a hell of a lot of money behind it, they're doing pretty good things.
And see, and here's another thing, since we're still waiting. I got a lot of spending problems for some reason. Like, I bought myself a Hylian shield also from the Halloween store, along with that Slappy mask. I've got that Master Sword. I've got pretty much collections of, like, Crash Bandicoot stuff, and there's, like, the Legend of Zelda stuff, which, by the way, when Toys R Us went out of business, I took advantage of those 3 action figures up there. There's one of, like, Young Link, Sheik, and I think that's Sheik, yeah. There's like Princess Zelda there, but still got the OG one here.
Nice.
Yep, and then I got here, let me turn this.
Legend of Zelda, you say?
Yep, and then, hell yeah! And then this one, I had this action figure when I was a kid, and I lost it at daycare, and I still swear to this day someone stole it, but I got myself a new one. It's pretty much a Super Saiyan Goku and Saiyan armor. That was one of my...
is that the one from fucking when he was training in the hyperbolic time chamber with Gohan?
Yeah. That was
nice.
That was my favorite one.
Nice.
So
it's kind of a shame Goku and Gohan didn't keep the Saiyan armor for longer than they did, because I thought that was a fucking fantastic look. Especially for Gohan when he's still got the mullet and goes Super Saiyan for the first time.
Yeah, dude. And speaking of which, because... we're almost in October, and we're still about 2 months away, or technically 3 months away, to just give or take, on the new... Yeah, Broly. He's officially canon now.
Okay.
Which, that's good, because now I can make an official top 10 villain list of pretty much...
Yeah.
And I guess you could still do that, but, I'd like to be, more canon. And, because I've told people also on my channel before, and also on my videos, is that I finished my actual... fan-made story, which I had to use one of my created characters from Dragon Ball Xenoverse just to get a depiction of what the character would look like. But I've got it all down, in which, by the way, I'm going to try to gather my collection. I have a little figure of Bardock somewhere. He's somewhere in my room. But I'm going to try to get Android 18, since I've already got
nice.
Goku. So that's part of that. And see if they actually have an action figure of Burger, because he's actually another one of my favorites.
Hang on. I got something for you right here when the base decides to stop falling off. fucking these little fucking
Oh.
blind bag DBZ figures and shit.
Dude.
One of my mates gave me Super Saiyan Goku, but I'm fucking stoked I got Piccolo because he's one of my favorite characters. The fight between Piccolo and Goku at the 23rd World Tournament is still my favorite in the series to this day.
Speaking of which, because since that DBZ movie's coming up, there's like some indication, because I really want to see Vegeta go, but a lot of people are speculating that Bardock is actually going to be the new king of the other universe, which I'm not saying that's true or not.
Really?
I'm only listening. I'm not saying that's true because there is a lot of speculation, because they did kind of say that the king of Sadala is actually also kind of prideful in some way, and you kind of do see that with Bardock in a way. But
Yeah, that's kind of a weird theory.
it is. But if you kind of
Sorry,
if you think about it in some way, you know how they actually made that film where he actually was about to die by that whole entire collision with Frieza when he threw that entire ball, but he ended up like in the past.
Oh, you mean that fucking episode of Bardock or whatever, the manga, where he goes back in time to the primitive planet Vegeta, fucking turns Super Saiyan and shit.
Yeah, but like
The whole thing's basically just a big fanfic or whatever.
Yeah, it was because Bardock is my favorite character of them all, hands down. He may have only been in a few episodes, like only like little bits, but like with other games and stuff. But hands down, better father than Goku, I will say.
Oh, he's a great cat. Wow. To be fair, he didn't really give a shit about Goku either until he saw Planet Vegeta getting fucked up by Frieza.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Goku might be technically a bad father, but he's not intentionally neglectful. He's just a man-child. Bardock straight up did not care about Goku's existence.
That's true.
But you can't really say he's a better father than Goku.
Okay,
All this, Bardock was a hero shit is like retroactive and fanon at best.
Yeah.
But I agree with you that he's a good character, and I do think he deserves a better story than episode of Bardock.
Well, there is a change around on it, because in Dragon Ball Minus, he is actually portrayed as a better father, because he sends Goku off right before the destruction of Planet Vegeta. So in the Dragon Ball Minus, yeah, he actually does show a great bit of as a parental figure. He doesn't
Yeah, but it's a retcon because the whole thing was Goku was a weak baby, so he was sent off to Earth to conquer it because, weak Saiyan baby gets sent to Earth.
Yeah.
Power level of 10 at birth.
It's like, 1 million. Oh, wait a minute, wrong one. Oh, what's this one? Oh, 10. Oh, this day cannot go any worse.
Yeah, that one.
But here's the whole thing that's kind of like going around, because we had that little fanfic thing, but we also had like in the Xenoverse where he gets sucked into a wormhole and pretty much he disappears. Yeah. So we've got many things.
I did like that, how it's like, oh, we got this mystery fucking Super Saiyan or whatever, and it's Bardock. Not a bad idea, but I mean, it's like, they're building up to this, who is this masked Saiyan? And it's like, well, look at what the motherfucker's wearing. It's Bardock.
It's the same thing. The hairstyle and all. It's like, what do you think?
Yeah.
Like,
who is this mysterious? It's fucking Bardock.
It's like, I thought for him, it was like, oh, wait a minute. Is it going to be Turles? Are they going to make him canon now? Oh, no, never mind.
Yeah. Oh, who is this mysterious green man with a turban and antennae behind him? Oh, it's Piccolo. What a shock. It's that same sort of thing. Like, it's pretty fucking distinctively Bardock.
Which I'm just hoping that he at least makes an appearance in Dragon Ball Super. And a lot of people say no, but, don't...
Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad.
I wouldn't count it out, but, like, I think that would be because in the fan-made story that I've made, I would have to read it off sometime, but I actually made it where, my created character, or he's a hybrid son, pretty much created, like, with two, like, sperm cells, like, back during, like, the Planet Vegeta thing. He's pretty much a sperm fused together with another sperm of Goku and Vegeta. Now, how this is possible is basically like one of my other characters who I created, which is called Vigstar, who's pretty much plotting to overthrow Vegeta. He pretty much collects the samples of DNA from every single child that's born, stores it, and pretty much keeps it for, because he's kind of planning an uprising.
DNA doesn't exist, you conservative. Get an education.
I'm putting Suk into that shit. Oh, God, Chop Suki.
He's not here. Someone's got to do it.
System up and down, Chop Suki. But...
Wake up. Makeup doesn't exist, you conservative. Hi, Skyfire with the shakeup. Why don't you get an education? Conservative!
Conservative, fuck up!
Everyone that disagrees with me is a conservative. See, for anyone wondering what the fuck we're going on about, this is this dude that I'm meant to be debating's little go-to fucking thing. If you disagree with him, you're a conservative because you're mean.
I'd cry, but conservatives always lie. You know, if we're gonna win on that, I might as well just read off that story thing that I wrote off. If you're interested in hearing.
Yeah.
Okay, because I know we're fans of DBZ, but I don't want to keep everyone like in the boring mix, so I might as well just do it. Find it here.
Let's give everyone the general gist, bruh.
Keep it locked up here.
By the way, in case anyone's wondering, I'm living at youtube.com/Damian Skyfire. Come check me out.
Oh, you know what? I got troll.
Dang it, Justin.
So, actually, that's my Drifter series. I need to go back for it. You know what? I'll come back for it later. I'll try to look for it, but I know it's written. But here's basically what I was going to describe it up as I said it before again. So basically, in the very beginning, or I could just bring it up on fandom, because pretty much Jake Ojita is pretty much the name of the character. Now, I'll try my best not to get boring here because I'm going to wait. And if you want to say anything, Damian, go right ahead, man. This is going to take.
Why not give the general gist and then we'll just go into discussing the bones of this whole thing I was meant to do with Li Mun Suk. Yeah. And if he wants to show up, then we can just basically go through my points again.
Okay, why don't we just do that while we're waiting? So, in the gist of it, to recall everything from the first two debates, he agreed to be in this third one. He's not here. And I think he's pretty much just going to go off this repetitive edge of how we're just being conservatives and pretty much how we're promoting hate speech and we're pretty much in support of hate speech, but that's not the case here. But we've been me, Damian, and a whole lot of other people have been arguing that we're protecting the best interests of protecting people or from little kids from people like that. But he wants to come
essentially his line of argument is a bunch of senseless non sequiturs about, this doesn't exist, this doesn't exist, this doesn't exist, this doesn't exist, all because this kid who looks like a retarded Magikarp says so. He has no sources or actual factual basis to base any of this on. His literal attitude is, I say it's this way, therefore it's fact. You're arguing against me. You're promoting hate speech. You're a conservative. You're a bigot. And all this other bullshit about how pedophiles are already socially accepted when they're not, obviously.
And on top of that, it wasn't just Li Mun Suk that I had to deal with. It was people like Ernst Steiner, which I'm pretty sure that's just a troll account, but with Heart Progress.
I'm 90% sure those Heart Progress guys are just fucking the same guy behind an account. Just, doing a whole bunch of tasteless trolling. I am 90% certain they're not legit. This other Muppet, though, is. Because if he's a fucking troll, he's a very, very dedicated, very genuine-sounding troll.
Oh, yeah, and so that's why I didn't really concern any more of my time with that channel. But it did kind of strike me weird how his channel was pretty much proceed with, but when you look at Li Mun Suk, he's dedicated to pretty much talking no matter how much. Pretty much he's just going to say that we're closed-minded, but yeah, he wants to label us because we actually know what the fuck we're talking about. And he's thinking that, oh, well, if these certain concepts don't exist, then pretty much consequence, that's another thing, then consequence doesn't exist to him. Or pretty much
Yeah.
the ramifications or pretty much the damaged effect to a child doesn't really exist to him.
Yeah, what's like the bit that made me laugh during your little debate was that bit where he started going off at you about all you've done is discredit me and yell at me and call me a liar. In debate, people are meant to bounce ideas off each other and listen to people. But then it's like, first off, you don't listen to people. People tell you how things are. You call them uneducated. You tell them to get an education. You call them conservatives. You argue nonsensical points. You voice facts that aren't factual at all. That shit he's made up in his own tiny little mind. And he's not bouncing ideas off of you. He's continuously trying to talk over you and basically tell you, yeah, well, in my opinion, your stating of fact is incorrect.
And on top of that, and he said it wasn't even letting him talk. It's like, dude, I looked over the recording. I mean, there were times where we were pretty much talking over each other at some point. But there were times where I just shut the hell up, even though I didn't want to actually stop what I was saying. But there were times where I shut my mouth to let him talk, and he's telling me, he's like, "You're not letting me talk. You're pretty much just talking over me. You're not letting me say anything." It's like, if you want to watch the recording for yourself, go right ahead, because first of all, I'm someone who actually likes to keep my mouth shut when someone talks to me. Even sometimes I do that, but even I can admit my fault sometimes. So,
Yeah. Like, you can tell through the entire thing, he's not interested in listening to fact. He just wants to run his mouth and give his little weird opinions and shit on how society works. And as you said to him, he's got no idea how the real world works. If he had any idea, he wouldn't make the baseless assertions that he makes.
Yeah, and basically, I've explained to him clearly that I work on a centrist level, not
Yeah, well, so do I.
yeah. And what I said to him is like, conservatism isn't really necessarily a bad thing. It just depends on how you're pretty much using that view of conservatism. I mean, you can hold some conservative views and still be pretty much more on a liberal side. You could
Yeah.
you could flip flop that, but for me, and let's just say if that was a conservative, a viewpoint, a conservative viewpoint, is that a bad thing for me to say that? Oh well, it's conservative of me to protect the lives of little kids from being abused by adults like that? No, it's
Yeah, well,
like
exactly.
it's just saying that, yeah, but that's a centrist view that I would hold. So let's just say if that was conservative, that's not gonna matter. And so
Yeah, low roll.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead,
No,
continue, sorry.
no. All I was just gonna say is that it contrasts everything to what he said. That's basically it.
Yeah, like there are wanky liberals, there are wanky conservatives. You can like there are people that sit on either side that are wankers to some extent. He is saying that literally you are a good person if you're a liberal and you're a bad person if you're a conservative. Obviously, that's not true. On the liberal side, you've got your likes of Shanty Banks and all those fucking idiots. And then on your conservative side, you've got the Caden Calgers of the fucking world. And there's a blast from the past.
Oh,
But
Caden
Caden
Calgary.
Carger was just the first name that popped into my head. It's like with Hunter Avalone's content. I like a lot of his content, but I feel that guy is so absolutely conservative, it's fucking frustrating sometimes.
Oh my gosh, that just reminded me of two things. For one, is like Caden Carr's like Obama is making kids gay.
Yeah, that bullshit. I am Caden Calger, and I am an asshole.
But like I remember my debate. That was one of my first videos on ThrashMetalGuru when I kind of revamped my channel from Metallica Guru to ThrashMetalGuru. That was my first debate I had with Caden. I never
I need
thought,
to go back and watch that, actually.
dude. I mean, I never thought that shit would actually happen because I know it was more like on a civil tone, I believe, but
Yeah.
there were times before that which I wish I would have had some videos before that, and I'm not sure if my PewDiePie video is still on there. That's the one where I pretty much, not to go off tangent here, but I still keep that video up if that's still there, because I still learn from that one. But that's the sort of thing. That's sort of relevant to the Li Mun Suk thing. Because here's the thing: as opposed to what me and Damian to Li Mun Suk is that when we recognize the fact that when we're wrong about something, we will recognize it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and say that me and Damian are 100% right about everything. But in this case of Li Mun Suk saying that, well, none of this stuff ever existed, well, I'm sorry, you're just going to discredit me and Damian and everyone else for saying the things that actually have substantial proof, backing, structure, and evidence to support it. I mean, hell, I had more evidence just searching up the synonym to what time was, and guess what showed up in time?
Well, that's why I kept beating him over the head last week, going, dickhead, sources, give me sources. Show me the fucking sources which back up your ideas, your statements, and the bullshit you say, and then maybe you might change my stance a little bit. It's highly unlikely, but then at least he would have some fucking actual, sources and some actual integrity backing up his point of view. And then he fires off, get an education, sources don't matter, bloody fucking blood. It's like, well, they do, because someone with some actual qualifications, someone who knows what they're talking about, someone who actually knows what the fuck they're on about, has more weight to me giving a shit about what they say than some fish-looking kid from Trenton fucking New Jersey,
Yeah, and here's the thing about getting education and sources. Sources is kind of the resource in education, because...
That's what I mean. How do I get an education when I've got nothing to get an education with? I'm not going to walk down the street and go, do you know children don't exist? Some ugly kid on YouTube told me that.
Children don't exist, but that clown in that little sewage pipe does, and he's pretty much trying to sell pills to me.
Yeah. I mean, my mum tells me I'll evolve into a Gyarados any day now. But I mean, it's like, he's the type of guy you go up to him, excuse me, sir, what's the time? Time doesn't exist, you conservative. Get an education.
Oh my gosh, me being a slacker in elementary and middle school, there's hope for me yet, so.
You'll get there. Fuck, I just got my bachelor's degree earlier this year. It's hanging up right above me up here.
Shit, man, I need to get back into, community college at least.
Well, I was your age when I fucking went back to study, so,
Wait, how old are you right now?
Too old.
I'm 26.
30.
What? What? Oh man, dude, you still seem a little bit younger for that.
Yeah.
Shit,
hey, man, it's the blood of the innocent I bathe in. It works wonders.
Oh, dude, is that the fountain of youth?
Yeah, well, don't forget, children don't exist, so I just ate back.
Fuck.
Well, this is like the argument, I don't know if I've said it while Justin's been recording this, but Justin said that if this dickhead shows up, we're going to ask him for consent to record. I says to him, fuck him. According to Li Mun Suk, consent doesn't exist, so fuck him. And this is one of those stupid, baseless assertions he makes. Consent doesn't exist. Rape doesn't exist. Pregnancy doesn't harm anybody, and nobody resists sex. That's about the point I realize this motherfucker lives on a planet other than everybody else. I mean, I already suspected he was a bit when he started giving you that shit about universal law in your first debate.
It's like, yeah, I didn't know that, Ziripia, whoever it is that descended from the sky and passed the laws and shit like that.
Yeah, I wasn't aware that if fucking King Vegeta decided to tell us that our laws don't exist, we have to abide by that. It's like, I feel like saying to him, well, Dick, you talk about this universal law bullshit, To me, there's no life on other planets, so they don't have these things, therefore we're out of sync. That doesn't sound like let's abolish all laws. That sounds to me like let's enact a fucking genocide of the human race.
See,
that just sounds like fucking go full Kid Buu and just fucking kill everybody.
So I'm looking on YouTube right now and seeing if there's any other responses right now, and so far, the only ones I've seen have been from 11 hours ago, but just double check and just make sure.
Well, he's online and says he's away. He should hurry his ass up, and as you said in the last thing, fucking sort your shit.
And so that way...
Tell us.
much that's. I'm pretty much showing his username on the list thing right now. So and then pretty much. Okay, so I want to read this one. So it says Lemmy is not dead. Pedophiles never exist. That's another thing.
Yeah, it's another thing he keeps insisting on. If they don't exist, why do we have a label for them, and why do we throw them in jail, and why do they get beat up in jail? Why is Ian Watkins in jail right now?
Oh gosh, that baby fucker, dude. Ugh.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If that doesn't exist and children don't exist, why is Ian Watkins in fucking jail?
Oh, check this one out. He says, you have proven it here any times. Fix yourself. You said time didn't exist.
Well, no, he said time exists. He said age doesn't exist.
Age doesn't exist. I'm sorry.
It's measurement of time, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I like mixed that one around here when I was making that argument. But let's see, what was another one I can go off with? Like there was so much I was trying to read off of. I was trying to find the best one to read, but I didn't even get that one.
Well, it's like when Anna said something in the fucking comment section and he told her rape didn't exist. I'm like, you ever touch her, you little fish-eyed motherfucker, and I'll break your neck. Oh. I mean, I don't like to threaten violence on people online, but seriously, anybody hurts Anna, and I will be on the next plane over there to kick the shit out of them.
Turn-Ducky?
Yeah, Anna.
Holy crap, hold on, wait a minute. That's the one I did not see.
Yeah, there's one, I think it's either in Jeff's comment thread or it's a reply to the comment Anna left. I'm not sure which.
I've only seen her one comment, but I don't see.
That might be the one where I replied to it and just said that he's a pillock, but I think in Jeff's comment thread she left a comment, and he told her that. Yeah, you found it?
I'm looking through it right now, so there's many like threads that actually have Jeff's name in there. So
yeah, because that's the annoying thing is there's so many of them with multiple comments, and as I said during that little brief segment while you were away at the start of this recording, basically the comment threads that are there because a third of them are him running his mouth, and another third of them are me telling him to shut the fuck up.
Let's see. Oh shit! And even to Ranting Doom Guy, he said to him to stop lying to people you were never sexually abused. That's.
Yeah, it's like I think Jeff and Ranting Doom Guy would know what their own experiences are.
Dude. Let's see. Because there's like 62 replies to that. I'm keeping my eye in case, because that thing was green like 20 minutes ago. Like his icon was green. Oh, okay. That's his video. My bad. But yeah, I'm not seeing it yet, but...
Hold up. We'll see if I can find it. I have a squiz.
Okay. So I'll have to keep...
Bear with me.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just, again, he makes these assertions with no actual evidence or proof, and that's what pisses me off. Just he rambles in circles and it's the same old shit.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Or did mine just kill itself?
Let's see.
Oh yeah, conservative propaganda and fake news is not truth. Fake news is a fucking Donald Trump quote. Donald Trump is a Republican fucking president.
Let's see. Oh, I like this one. He says to Jeff, laws do exist. Wait a minute. Laws do exist. Guns should be illegal. I never said that the law should not exist. Start paying attention to what people are saying. Yada. I agree. He was derailing that conversation. Yeah, at this point, we're just all on our phones, just trying to look for that because Suk is driving.
Yeah, because there's one bit where Anna replied to him or something, and he said, Oh, yeah, here we go. Jeff said, this is why brothers and sisters should stay friends. Retard boy replied to Jeff saying human beings can love whoever they want to love. Well, in theory they can, but in practice, we have laws.
Let's see.
I just had to pause that because I got a bit confused there because your voice started up and I'm like, wait, what the fuck?
Eh?
And then it was the video.
Let's see. Yeah, because I'm only seeing his reply there. It's not.
Yeah, because... Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say because it only shows one reply according to that.
Oh, hang on, it might be on that 44 comment thread of Jeff's.
Alright.
He told Shades to get an education a couple of times. Jeff asks him about child marriage, and he keeps going on about how children haven't been forced into marriages, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, go to India, motherfucker.
Yeah. Ah, here we go. Shinai, consent never existed. Fuck you. You probably condone rape too, you sicko, by Turdaki. Jeff replies, he does. He downplayed me getting raped as me having sex. Neil Destiny congratulate me over the worst thing, over the thing that ruined my life. Anna replied, what an asshole. Jeff and me replied a couple of times. There's Jeff again. There you go. Turdaki, rape never existed. Get an education. Fucking idiot.
Oh.
Jeff replied, silence retard, the grown-ups are speaking now, and Shin-I-An, the autistic fish, replies, grown-ups and age never existed. Because when you can't argue anything, default back to the same buzzwords and catchphrases.
This guy is just begging for like an ED article.
A smart man, he is not.
Alright. We're gonna try this one more time.
Because it's been over an hour since I told the motherfucker to be here.
Yeah, and it's late my time, and it's like 10:38 his time. So let's do this. It'd be funny if he actually answers this time.
Fucking show up in his house with my dick hanging out and see what he says. Rape doesn't exist. Fucking ugly wall-eyed motherfucker.
You're like, what the hell is in his picture, by the way? Other than the obvious fact, but there is an image that's going to be stuck in my head for a while.
Hey man, you were talking about the Master Sword before.
Still doesn't answer. Oh, well.
Didn't get to debate a retard, but got the scar jest and mentally, all in all, had a good day.
Yeah, that too. But who knows? Because I could actually just stop this recording and then start it again in case if he does show up. So, be like,
Yeah, true, but I mean, whatever happens, happens. I mean, I'm perfectly happy with what we've got at the moment, but...
What, dude? Why do you keep trolling me with that? His icon keeps flipping. It keeps flipping to online to away, online to away. It's like, why do you keep trolling me with that?
We'll send him a message saying, oi, dickhead, either be online or fucking, you know...
Hold on, okay, so are you on or off? Because your icon keeps flipping. Or doesn't that not exist either?
What's about to not exist is my patience. I'm about to go over there and go outside his fucking head. Make that bung eye work properly again.
Come on. If not, then I'll just give this another 25 minutes, and then we'll have to just call it a day. But because we've waited. Technically, I mean, the call has been an hour, but the recording's only been 44 minutes though. So
Yeah. Well, it's coming up for 3 o'clock my time, which is an hour and a half later than we told this dumb bastard to be here. So he's had his opportunity. He's not up and ready to go.
he just messaged me. He just
What did he say?
he says, "What do you want?" He's like, dude, you promised
Fuck's
him.
sake.
Okay, so he finally messages me.
Is he that stupid that he can't even remember he's got a debate scheduled?
So, if this works out, we got like another hour of recording time, so...
Oh, fuck off, I'm destroying him in 30 minutes or less or it's free. It's like a Knobgoblin pizza or some shit.
And I even said to him, promise Damian, and you even said it on the debate, you moron? He says,
What did he just fucking say? For what?
on? So, I'll say, you guys...
Tell him Damian says stop wasting my fucking time.
And I'm gonna tell him, like, I don't want to do this. Should do this, but I owe him a favor. I'll just tell him, like, I don't want to do this. It's like, oh, and he says, oh. And he's not doing this. So, and he says, oh, again.
Anytime now.
He was hiding behind that. What the hell?
What?
I don't know if he's loading or if he's actually in here. Holy crap. Okay.
Oh Lord Jesus, it's a miracle.
Okay, hold on one sec. One sec.
All the bad memories, all the things I never wanted to say to her.
Okay. So, let me make this completely clear. I don't want to be here, but here's the thing about this, Suk. I know we've actually had arguments and shit like that. Here's the thing. I'm not going to talk during this. This is something between you and Damian, but here's the thing that I will absolutely promise you. I will be absolutely fair in this, that if anyone talks over each other, I will go ahead and, pretty much moderate this. Now, before I continue with this, because this isn't between you and me anymore, so this is between you and him, because I don't want to be here with this, but me and Damian, pretty much, we've been hanging out, but I owe him this. Do you consent to this call being recorded this time, or that's up to you, because I'm not gonna I don't want to continue on with this, but I owe him a favor, and I want to make sure. Are you okay with this?
Is your mic working?
But that's all ancient history now. I've got a whole new life.
Wait.
That's what's great about America, is that we can always start over. So that make us an igneous rock, or a sedimentary rock.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah, this is the sort of thing I had to deal with. Sort of.
Wow, I'm in a 70s police drama and I didn't even know it.
Yeah. So Suk, can you hear us by any chance? I just want to make sure about this. Because I'm not taking part of this. This is something that I promised him, and I want to make sure though, because I don't know exactly how this is gonna work out. But can you hear me?
Check him out. Fuck's sake. I'm not pissing around.
Well, I'm gonna at least just give him at least 2 to 3 minutes to respond to see if he can like listen in, because I know there are times this happens, but I want to make sure, because I'm.
Well, dude, I've already been getting dicked around for an hour and 15 minutes, and I'm not in the mood to put up with this bullshit for another fucking 70 minutes.
Alright, I mean, you heard him, Suk, man. Last call, man. Can you hear us or not?
Pedophilia doesn't exist, and apparently neither do his ears.
Either that, or he doesn't, or he's probably got the sound actually off on the computer. It's probably one of those. But yet I can hear him though, so that's the other thing.
Yeah. Fuck it. See you, Sook. You had your chance.
Yep. That's basically what we were waiting around for.
Yep. Fucking idiot couldn't even turn his bloody sound on or respond. Yet he's all good to run his mouth and piss us around in circles. I also apologize to anybody that had to see that disgusting fucking Skype photo of his. That is in fact an ugly Magikarp in a woman's underwear. Something else he claims to be is transgender, yet, yeah, nah. Transgender my ass.
Now, when I said, like, I didn't want to be here, I didn't say, like, between you and me, but, like, I didn't want to be...
No, I get you. I get what you mean. You've dealt with this fucking quarter-wit twice.
Yeah.
And you've basically got nothing out of substance with him. Your last debate basically got derailed before it even started because he wanted to split hairs on the definition of age.
And you just pulled the...
measurement of time.
He pulled the exact... Well, he didn't exactly pull the exact same thing, but he kind of pulled sort of the same thing with me, only except he was away from the camera for like 25 minutes, and now he's just like, here he's just like goofing off. Just...
So can I just say the piece I wanted to say to him in that case, and we can wrap this sumbitch up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. First off, Li Mun Suk, since you're probably going to be watching this, since your own ego can't keep you away from Justin's channel, I will say the following. This universal law you cite does not exist. You tried to argue that because Earth has these laws that other planets do not, our laws are invalidated because it makes us out of sync with the universe. Justin made the point that other planets don't have life. You said that that somehow proved your argument. All that proved from your stance is that we should eradicate all life on Earth in order to be just like other planets. There might be other life out there. We don't know. We haven't found any yet. The second debate, you tried to tell Justin that age didn't exist, time existed, age didn't. Time units, okay? 60 seconds makes a minute, 60 minutes makes an hour, 24 hours make a day, 365 days make a year. Years are a measurement of age. Since you have been on this planet for 22 years, you are 22 years of age. It exists as a concept whether you like it or not. Justin read you off a list of synonyms that say that age is a synonym for time. You are still trying to say age doesn't exist. You are therefore trying to argue against a fact with nothing other than your own opinion. The same goes for children don't exist. Clearly children exist. Every single animal on the planet has a form of young. Humans have children, cats have kittens, dogs have puppies, chickens have chicks. We all have small immature creatures that grow to an adult form or another. You say consent doesn't exist. Obviously consent, the ability to say yes or no, exists. If somebody tries to have sex with you when they have not given consent, that is rape. Rape is a crime. You go to jail for rape. Therefore, rape and consent both exist. Children clearly exist. Children are those people who have lived on the planet for less years than everybody else, which again, double whammy point, children and age both exist. That is why you never see children working jobs. That's why child labor laws are in place. The kicker. You say that pedophilia doesn't exist. Sexual attraction to children exists, okay? We make the distinction between the two because children are physically smaller than adults. Adult genitalia is generally bigger than a child's body can take. This is a disgusting take on it, but it's the scientific fact. Adults having sex with children not only is amoral and disgusting, but it can do physical damage to children. It can cause all sorts of havoc with young children's bodies. Fucking, you say no ill effects happen from pregnancy. As I said to Justin earlier, Dan Green from Yu-Gi-Oh's wife passed away during childbirth. She gave birth to either a healthy kid or healthy kids. She passed away during, therefore, pregnancy can harm the human body. For example, as well, if the child while pregnant is taking more sustenance out than the body is getting in, that can damage the pregnant woman. Therefore, all of these statements that Li Mun Suk has made in regards to pedophilia, age, crime, children, rape, so on and so forth are incorrect. He has not anteed up a single valid source, or a source at all for that matter, as to why our points are wrong. Repetitively calling people conservatives when they do not take a conservative stance on politics or anything else does not make them a conservative just because you say so. Things do not no longer exist just because you don't say so. And while I'm at it, Li Mun Suk tried to say during Justin's last debate that Martin Luther King stood up against unjust laws. What Martin Luther King stood up against were laws that were in place to prevent African Americans from being treated as equal to white people. Martin Luther King said that his dream was that his children would be judged by the content of their character over the color of their skin. Nowhere did Martin Luther King say that he was fighting for consent for grown men to engage in a bunch of slap and tickle with a bunch of 5-year-olds. We judge pedophiles as repugnant people because of the low content of their character and the terrible things they do. These things are things we deem as unacceptable as a society. They are morally wrong, they are ethically wrong, and therefore people are punished for things like rape and pedophilia. That is why people like Ian Watkins go to jail for possession of child pornography. That is why sexual predators like Jared Fogle go to fucking jail for this sort of thing. Therefore, nothing Li Mun Suk has said in any of his arguments hold a basis in reality. We have an ignorant, deluded little man with nothing better to do with his time than to try and sit there, hijack people's YouTube comments, and argue with them based on his opinion. He has outright told people that a debate consists of people accepting his opinions as they are, with no proof, with no argument, even though they fly in the face of everything as it exists and as it happens. Li Mun Suk has said nothing with any factual basis as it pertains to pedophiles. Pedosexuals do not exist. They are pedophiles. They are repulsive, horrible people who deserve to be treated awfully, who do not deserve rights, and who do not deserve to be allowed to engage in the actions they want to engage with children for the reasons I have explained. And telling people to get an education based off of one ugly, stupid, Magikarp-looking kid's fucking opinion does not make them so. They exist, laws exist, we have laws as a society to protect children for a reason. Whether you like it or you don't, that's the reality. Get the fuck over it. That's my piece. I have said my piece. And Li Mun Suk, if you've got a problem with it, feel free to hijack the comments section again, but the reality is you have no facts to combat what I have said. The end.
All right.
Thank you.
And so this concludes our recording call. We have been more than patient waiting on him and just for him to run us in circles. And I'm pretty much done at this point.
And thank you for letting me ramble uninterrupted for however the fuck long that was. I'm kind of out of breath and I think I need to go get a drink after that. Holy shit.
I'm just going to make sure that this entire recording has your voice in there, because I muted my mic, but I want to make sure that doesn't mute anything you say on the recording.
Sweet.
Which I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I think it's only muting my end. But I will double check that, and I will give this a few days, because I'm just at the point now where I'm just going to block Li Mun Suk, because this is just, it's out of control now, and there's no premise in keeping him around anymore, because the fact of the matter is we've already pretty much exposed him for what he really pretty much admitted. It's kind of weird because he's saying pedophilia doesn't even exist at all, even though he's kind of like, saying it's no business of mine to find to know like what a child and a man does, and that's
it is our business. It is our business as a society to protect our young from that kind of bullshit. And again, the fact that he doesn't believe in this just makes me wonder what kind of childhood he actually had.
And so I'm going to end it off there, and I want to thank Damian very much, not only for this recorded call too, but for also being able to actually hang out face-to-face now, because that's something exciting, because this is something more I like to do with people that I really care about, and pretty much this is the sort of thing that really makes me feel a little bit better, get to hang with people that I haven't get to hang out with before, and that makes it all worthwhile. So anyways. Yeah,
we need to do something like this more often, and hopefully with a few more participants next time, because I'd love to get just fucking the group in a group Skype call and goof around like we have been doing. Well, like we fucking did once in the past, I should say.
Yeah, that too. And so we are now almost officially 1 hour because we're 20 seconds away from an hour. So I'm going to end this off. Let me just turn this up a bit so that way the audio is on par. So anyways, this is going to be the recording. We got 9 seconds to go right here. So just so I can end this off, this is Thrash.
9 seconds, that's 8 seconds longer than I normally last, which is probably why I'm still single.
We're now over the hour mark now. So it's THrashMetalGuru and Damian.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. Awkward way to end off. Anyways, I will catch you guys later. This has been a awesome hangout with Damian Skyfire. You guys have a wonderful day.